So thank you very much, Howard. So I wanted to make sure that I go through a tiny bit of history. When I graduated from high school in 1993, I went straight off to Sonoma State University because I wanted to be a rock star. So I went to school for music and performing arts. I was super broke in college, and in my junior year, I started working for a roofing company when in 1996. And then I worked my way up from the receptionist up to management. And then when my boss decided to retire, I actually started my own company in 2004. It was important for me to work up my business to be kind of a one-stop shop. That way people could just call one company that does pretty much everything. So I got my other licenses for gutter and also gutters and waterproofing as well. And then after my business finally became successful, I wanted to make sure I could give back to the community. And I started my nonprofit called the Lime Foundation in 2015. That's the very short version of that history. One-to-one, we'll go into the long version. This is my team. I have 3 new employees that aren't featured yet. We'll be taking new photos pretty soon, Andrew. And I've also hired 4 of my Next Gen Trades Academy students over the years, and I have 2 that still work for me right now. Actually 3, I forgot 3 now that work for me as well. One that just relocated from Tennessee. As I mentioned earlier about gutter work, I went over a little more detail, but I wanted to actually tell you guys a little bit about the roofing work that we do. We do a lot of metal roofing. We found that after the fires, a lot of people gravitated to installing a metal roof. So we do quite a bit of that. We also do a lot of composition roofing, which is down here at the bottom left corner. You'll see this probably everywhere. Most likely your home has this. And we do a lot of good maintenance on this type of roofing as well. But we specialize in flat roofs. So we do a lot of commercial roofing, and a lot of commercial buildings and industrial buildings are flat roofs. And a lot of roofers hate doing flat roofs. We love doing flat roofs. We install a product called IB Roof Systems, which is an energy rating type roof. So it's got energy savings. It comes with a lifetime warranty on residential, and it has a 25-year warranty up to a 25-year on commercial. So we love installing that roof. It's maintenance free and it's a great product. It's pretty much the Cadillac of roofing. So these are the main products that we install. But as far as our services go, roofing, gutter maintenance is something that we can always use referrals for, because this keeps us busy all year round, maintenance. And if you see this photo, it has a lot of moss, and a lot of people don't realize that moss doesn't deteriorate your roof, but what it does is it does not allow water to actually drain properly. So if water is supposed to be running down your roof, the moss sometimes will stop it and water will go sideways or upways. And that's why roof leaks start happening, because water is going in a direction that it's not supposed to go. It also clogs up your gutter system and your drain system as well. So if you have moss on your roof, it would probably be that shady side of your roof. We do suggest that you do our maintenance program that we have to remove it. Other maintenance items, flat roofs especially, they accumulate a lot of debris. You're supposed to keep that cleaned off on a regular basis and keep your drains cleared. As you can see, there's a bunch of debris in the gutter system. This is what I'm referring to. A lot of people don't realize that that first rain that comes in, usually November or so, and they're like, oh no, I have a roof leak. It's not a roof leak. It's usually your gutters that are all clogged up, and it's causing water to back up. Even if you have a brand new roof, you'll still have a roof leak if your gutter system is clogged. And then down in the corner here, you see missing shingles on this shingle roof. You don't want this to be this way, because the black stuff that you're seeing, which is the felt paper that protects you, you don't want that to be exposed to the sun. So you want to make sure that that is all being cleared up. And so I always like to make sure people know that roof maintenance is just as important as actually replacing your system. This is a roof of a client of ours. As you see, there's an Amazon jungle on this roof. They did not do any maintenance ever. We told them for years to make sure they were doing it. And they called us up this past winter. Oh, we have a roof leak. Oh, I wonder why. Yes, you've got a swimming pool on your roof. So this was actually really dangerous, because if there's a lot of water that will stand on the flat roof, that flat roof could eventually cave in. And of course, you're going to have some major interior damage, but also could injure somebody. And we've seen this happen. So you've got to keep your drains cleared, make sure that it is safe for everybody. And then this, of course, is dry rot. A lot of people that let roofs leak on a regular basis and never really do anything about it. When it comes time to actually replace your roof, now you got a whole bunch of dry rot. I've had several projects where the dry rot costs more than the actual roof system because they just let it rot out for so many years. So it's important to do an inspection at least once a year. I recommend twice, but at least once a year in the fall season before the heavy rains come in. There's a lot of things that we can find before the rains happen that we could fix, and you won't have to worry about these issues. Great referrals for us, commercial building owners or the commercial property manager, like Keegan and Copen is a great property manager, and residential property managers as well. They keep us busy all year round. So if you live in a condo association or maybe an apartment building or something like that sort, those are great introductions for me. And then residential homeowners, because it's nice to have that face-to-face with the actual homeowner and help them make the decision. So I wanted to make sure that I spent enough time today talking a little bit about B&I and why B&I is really, 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 really important to me. I know all of us are here for business and to get business, and I really want to talk about how B&I has been not only life-changing for my business, but for my personal life as well. I joined B&I 10 years ago after being stalked for about 1.5 years to come, and I kept saying no, and I finally came and never left. And what I didn't know is what B&I was going to bring into my life. First of all, my dearest friend, Brooke Terhune, she's one of the DCs. We became dear friends immediately. We travel together, we go to music together. And I had no idea that I would meet some of the dearest people that I know in my life through B&I. Someone mentioned that earlier as well. And it is true. You can meet some of your very best friends in B&I. I was actually able to start Lime Foundation because of the coaching program that I did through B&I, which taught me how to be able to prioritize the things in my life and also time management. That was the only thing keeping me from actually starting my nonprofit, was actually putting the time aside. And the Lime Foundation is actually named after my son, Emil. Emil's name spelled backwards in Lime. There is a story behind that, so maybe a one-to-one we could talk about it. And he's my 19-year-old, and I love him dearly. One of our programs called the Next Gen Trades Academy was formed because I met with a bunch of B&I contractors back in 2014 about what are the same problems we all have, and they all said, workforce, we can't find young people that want to go into the trades. And I said, well, if I train young people, would you be willing to hire them and mentor them? And they all said yes. And that's how the Next Gen Trades Academy started. And in 2017, we were able to implement our first program, and we've now had 283 students go through our program. And these were pictures of just a few of them. Because of the Lime Foundation, we were featured on the Kelly Clarkson show and also the Mike Rose show. You can watch both of those on my website. You can check those out. And I met through B&I the band and the band that we're in, and also is now the Revolutions from some band members here in this chapter. We have our B&I Battle of the Bands, as you know, that's coming up really soon. But the most important thing of all, I just have to make sure and let you guys know, is that I was able to meet my husband through the Lime Foundation. There's Jake, and he's also on. Hi, Jake. His son, Jonah, right here to the left, took my Next Gen Trades Academy class in 2017, and that's where I met his dad. And then a couple of years later, we fell madly in love. So again, B&I is so much more than just a referral networking group. And this coming September, the Lime Foundation is going to have our Believe in the Dream event. We have a huge announcement that we're going to be making. So I hope some of you can attend. And I just want to say thank you very much. I'm so happy to be in this chapter, and I'm looking forward to getting to know a lot of you. Thank you very much.
Wow, two terrific